tariffs may be good, they may not be good, but I think I was thinking about what you were saying with the government employees. There's going to be a lot of people that are no longer in the workforce that are going to all of a sudden become serial entrepreneurs. I mean, what we've been doing collectively for 60 years between you and I, owning businesses, there's a lot of life lump hard lessons that come into play, and you aren't outsourcing everything. You got to grind.
Right.
That's going to be interesting. Boy, people are going to have to be prepared. They're really going to have to start thinking. All right, guys, welcome back to Grindwise. As always, you're here with Brent and Earl. Today, we're talking about the things that you're thinking about, and today's no different, Brent. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, but let's talk about that last episode we did where you correctly predicted something.
Yeah, I think I remember saying that the Chiefs and the Eagles were going to be in the Super Bowl, and who's going to the Super Bowl?
Something about Chiefs and Eagles is what I heard. Sure, that's...
Well, I also have a prediction ahead of that. I have the Chiefs by 10 in that game.
Really?
And actually, I went so far as I've got coasters I bought last weekend that have 4-time Super Bowl champs on them already, prepared.
Now that I live in Oklahoma, I got to be careful with a lot of my jokes. I tell them to you privately, but boy, I don't know. It's going to be a good game. That Barkley, he's something else. A running back, woo.
Yeah, he is. He blew me away in that game. We watched that game. That was pretty crazy. The Washington and the Eagles, the officials could give you a touchdown. Where have you ever heard that before?
I have never, ever heard that. That just blew my mind. Hey, you do it again. We're just going to give them the touchdown. You knock it off, okay? Be nice. I was like, what is going on? That was on that last push into the...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that. That was a fun game to watch, though. There was a lot of crazy trick plays and stuff like that.
Well, you got to pull all stops out. You know, that's what these guys are doing. They pull all stops out to get to the big game, right, and get the big bonus checks and endorsements. And
fourth down. I mean, I'd never seen teams go for it that much that early on in a game, back in the enemy territory, going for fourth down and getting it.
Yeah,
over and over.
I didn't apparently watch very much Washington this year. Obviously, we didn't play them, so didn't watch a bunch of them. They said it's been par for course for them this year. They went and did that every single game. Funny enough, I don't know if this is true. You don't know if you can believe everything you see on Facebook. I saw that Tyreek Hill's probably going to Washington next year.
The rumor mill begins.
Yes, it does, and I'll start it here. You heard it here first.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was entertaining. That was quite the game. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Super Bowl here this next weekend and just seeing how it goes. I don't know. I mean, you see all the memes and they're funny. I love showing them to you just because it's funny to me. But I was a lifelong Seahawks fan, so living up in the Northwest, I watched them build the Kingdome back in the 70s, and I also watched them collapse it later on. But I've always been a Seahawks fan.
If you look at Pat's stats, just his stats compared to other quarterbacks, I mean, talk about, all the people doing the memes. If you actually look at, the stats, he's the one that gets called the roughing the passer call on him the least, and then you look at his stats for being a starting quarterback for 7 years compared to like Joe Montana or John Elway. He's right there with those guys. He's passing Tom Brady right now, who is, I don't know how many years Tom Brady was a quarterback, 17 years or something like that. So
that's crazy.
It's just phenomenal. And I think we're going to see, there's a couple other quarterbacks out there that are phenomenal that I think Josh Allen, I think he's a great quarterback. He could be, we have a great group of guys in there right now that are quarterbacks that are going to be as good as Patrick